Hello, thank you for listening to this video. Today I wanted to share about the earth element and how it's connected to our body. It is connected to our vessel, to our temple, where our soul comes to have this human experience, right? Our body is our vehicle where the soul can come through to actually have a human experience. Without the body, it wouldn't be possible. So it's such a powerful and beautiful gift that we are given in this life to be in our body. And there are many things happening within our body without us telling it what to do, right? We have many senses, we have many organs, all working for us and within us without us telling it what to do. And as well, we have many systems, and one of the system is the hormonal system. And I wanted to share today a little tip about the hormonal system. This message will be most focused on the female body, just because it's what is meant to be shared today. But at the same time, we are all cyclical beings. Whatever gender you are, we are all cyclical beings that we are moving either with the energy of the sun or the energy of the moon. And males do cycle with the energy of the sun. It's most likely that for men it's really easy to get up very early in the morning when the sun is rising, or even before when the sun is rising, right? And by 7 p.m. when the sun is going down, it's most likely that they are going to crash, right? That their energy is going to go down, and they will feel it, right? And this is because their testosterone is going down at that time, right? And it's a cycle that happens on a daily basis, 24 hours. So the men do a cycle, but cycle in a 24 hours cycle. And we as women cycle differently. We are connected to the energy of the moon, and we cycle in a 29.5 days cycle. And which this means that however the moon is moving, so is our hormonal system. And what is so important to really get to know our hormonal system, more than understanding the gritty-gritty of how it works, I'm preferring getting to know your own inner rhythm, to getting to know your own inner dance. The more you get to know yourself, the more you get to trust yourself. And the more you get to trust yourself, the more you are able to trust others. And at the same time, the more you get to know yourself and trust yourself, the less judgmental toward yourself you are. And then you are able to offer more compassion to where you are in your own inner rhythm throughout the month. And what do I mean by this is that we as women, we go through 4 phases every single month, but also we go through 11 moon cycles every single month. So the moon moves at around 2.5 days in each sign. So as the moon is moving, is moving within our body. And this is what for us women is most likely something that is repetitive, that for a man is easier to do in a longer period of time, and repeated once and over and over and over. For us, it can get boring, or it can be, okay, we lost interest on it, because we are a cyclical being in a different cycle than the male. And we live in a society that somehow was created from a patriarchal lens, that it was seeing it as how the cycle of the men moves in a 24-hour cycle. So for us women, sometime, and I see this with many clients, that they disconnect from their own inner rhythm to try to get into the solar system of the 24 hours. And sometime, and most of the time, when they are going through a process of doubting themselves, or looking for clarity, or being very emotional, It happens usually when we are in luteal phase, right before menstruation, and this is completely normal and it's completely okay. But somehow, because we live in a society that doesn't understand the inner rhythm of the female and the cycle of the female, it may be categorized on some names and it may be not understood. And this is why it's so important for women to know their inner rhythm, to get to know their own body and their own cycle. And one of the practice that you can do if you do moon, meaning if you do bleed in a monthly basis, to start tracking your cycle. And the day 1 is the day where your cycle comes down, right? And a normal cycle, a balanced cycle, should be a woman who is menstruating from, let's say, 3 to 7 days. If you're menstruating less than 3 days, there is an imbalance that it needs to be looked at it. If you are menstruating more than 7 days, there is an imbalance that you got to look at it. If there are some women who skip month and they don't cycle every month, that is an imbalance that must be looked at it, right? And what is this important is because our hormonal cycle and our hormonal system is regulated by our pituitary gland, and this gland is connected to our pineal gland and to the hypothalamus, and it's a whole system happening in our brain that is sending signals, right? So when a woman is menstruating, let's say from day 1 to day 7, it's most likely that that's when she will feel that it wants to go more inward, right? And just like the new moon, you don't see it on the sky, right? It's almost like the light of the sun is not facing the within the earth and the moon, right? So the moon is not visible. And that's what happened with the inner rhythm of the woman when she's mooning. She wants to go mostly inward. After the moon, it comes the follicular phase, right, where you start having all of your hormone that kind of went down for you to menstruate start coming up back and start rising up. So you start feeling with more energy and you start feeling more confident in your body, and you start feeling all of these different things that you definitely didn't feel it when you were mooning. And that phase lasts in between the day 7 to the day 14 until you are ovulation, and that's like related to the crescent moon, right? The moon is becoming a little bit more full, and you are able to see it on the sky. Same the woman, she wants to be seen, yeah, right? She wants to come out and she feel more comfortable being seen. And then when the ovulatory phase is when the full moon happens, right? And the moon is full and everybody can see it on the sky. And this is when the woman feels the most attractive, the most confidence, even the pink cheek changes, like our lips changes, because all of our hormones are moving in a different way that actually it can be felt and also be seen. And there's so much more that happens, and I can share in another video, but to make it simple and clear in this video of sharing these 4 phases, so you actually get to know where you are and how you are moving through each phase, which is completely normal, and to know that we are cyclical beings. And right after the full moon, it comes the crescent moon, right? The waxing moon, when the moon starts going all the way back to the new cycle. And in the waxing moon is for the woman, it is the luteal phase, which is the longest phase, that it happens after ovulation, let's say day 17, 16, all the way to however long your cycle is. And a normal cycle or a regulated balanced cycle should be between 28 days to 35 days. If your cycle is less than that, let's say actually 25 days, if there is less than 25 days and it's more than 35 days, that's also something to check in and to see where you are being called to do a balance of within your hormones. often women don't understand what is happening in their body, or don't understand what is happening in their brain, and they're feeling different. And because the system is a very linear system and expect the woman to move in a linear way, she starts judging herself and start thinking that is something wrong with her. And many times it has happened this when I talk with a client and they're going through a process of feeling a little bit of judgmental of themselves, or a little bit self-doubt, and I ask them, okay, when did your moon last, or do you know what date of your moon cycle are? 90.9% of the time they are in their luteal phase, right? And that's completely normal. That is okay to feel different, and it is okay to feel more emotional. That is completely normal for a woman to go through those cycles. And those women who don't menstruate, let's say because they are in menopause, or they have had a surgery that they have removed their ability to moon on a monthly basis, the woman will moon with the moon. So whenever it is new moon, it means that you will, it's like if you were mooning, you're bleeding, and then the full moon like if you were ovulating. And we as women move in a cycle of 90 days, let's say 3 months, right? So whatever you are mooning this month, it was related with what happened 3 months ago. So also pay attention to that. Whatever is moving through your moon, that is, you are releasing through your body. And again, there is so much that it can be said about this, and I wanted to make this video a little bit of an information to get to know the 4 cycles, and at the same time the 11 moon cycles that we all go all women go every single month, and to honor yourself and to honor your cyclical being and to honor your cyclical nature, and to know that your body is always working with you, that your body is always guiding you, and your body is always nurturing you, right? It's always giving you this opportunity of live this life, right? And the more you get to know your inner cycle, the more you get to know how your moon moves and where in your moon cycle you are, and you start paying attention. And after 3 months, let's say, you start tracking, and then after 3 months you start looking back and you start realizing, oh wow, in day 22, for example, I always feel this way, right? So then for the month number 4, you start getting prepared yourself, and you can nurture yourself in a different way. You can prepare the environment in a different way, that you feel actually taking care, right? But if you don't do that, right, if women don't do that, it's most likely that there is disconnection from the body, disconnection from the womb, and it can become a little bit chaotic and not understand what is really happening, when the answers are always within. And one of these very important system, as it is the hormonal system that we all have. Men also has hormonal system, of course, but this video wanted to be more specific and focus on the hormonal system of the woman. So if this is a helpful video for you to share with others, please do so. And the practice is to start tracking your cycle from day 1, and to look at it and start paying attention how you fluctuate through these cycles, and also to look back after 90 days and to see how is it that your body is giving you information and is redirecting you. Thank you.